So understanding your TG is extremely important. And so if you remember the Maruti ad, so Maruti ad, if you see, in their ads, they used to always have a thing ki mileage like kitna milta hai.
Okay.
Because
Yes.
they had understand, like they understood the Indian consumer psyche. So it had the legacy. It was working for a very big cause, because if you know, IPRS is a music copyright society in India, the only music copyright society in India who is extensively representing the author, composers, and publishers of music.
Okay.
Because music in our country is presumed to be free. Why do I pay for music? But
That's right.
it's not that. IPRS is here to seek that support from you, so that the music that you are creating, you never have any dearth of music, because you are supporting the creator community through that small license, that license amount that you're taking from, like paying IPRS. So the money that you are paying IPRS in the form of a license, which is a very small fraction of the entire cost that goes into making an event or whatever you are doing.
Hi everyone, this is Devleena, your host, and I'm here to welcome once again for another exciting episode. So get ready for this insightful episode of Icons Behind Brand as we welcome Ms. Rumpa Banerjee, who is a head of corporate communication and member relation at IPRS, with a rich background as a senior marketing manager at Star Plus and brand manager at Star Jalsa. Rumpa is a marketing communication specialist, storyteller, content marketer. She shares her wealth of experience in music industry, music copyright, and content marketing. A very warm welcome to you, Rumpa.
Thank you, Devleena, and thank you for such a kind of like encouraging and flattering introduction.
It would be great if we build the context with your quick background and a quick journey.
So I started my career almost 25 plus years back.
Oh.
So I started with outdoor. So I'm basically in Kolkata. So I started my career in like outdoor marketing, like outdoor media. So if you know the metro train in Kolkata, so there was the time in the kind of like mid 90s, and then 2000, they had launched the CCTV like in all the metro stations. So it was a very new project, a new medium which was being launched. So I started my career there, where we had to establish that new medium, again, like vis-a-vis the television media, the print media, and the existing media in the Bengal market. So that was where I started from. So it was a very exciting journey. It's like it was like a startup way back 20 years back, when the concept of startup was not there at all. From there, I moved to print. I worked for the leading Bengali travel publication. Like if any Bengali is watching this episode, they will very well know it's called Bhroman. And like Bhroman means travel in Bengali. So I was part of the Bhroman team. Then I worked for Karma Kshetra. Karma Kshetra is the only, it was one of the leading Bengali kind of enrollment news weekly. And it was very popular at that time like amongst the youth. So my role was again to build both these brands. Both the brands were very strong in terms of content, but in terms of that kind of building the brand and like giving it a very professional look, and like getting on board those relevant tie-ups and partnerships to take the brand beyond Bengal. So that is where my role as a business manager in kind of like Swarnakar Prakashoni was the kind of organization which had these two powerful brands, Brahman and Karma Kshetra. While print, it was a kind of a great journey. From there, I moved to Times of India for a short period. So that was my stint in print. Then late 2000, I moved to the television, because that is where the entire hustle, bustle, and entire activity of the media industry used to lie then. Now the digital has come. So moving to Star was an experience in itself, and it was like an ocean. So Star gave me a lot of kind of opportunities, experience, learning, everything. So I'll talk about that more in our like while we kind of talk about my like learnings and all. So yes, Star in Kolkata, Star Jalsa in Kolkata. Then you know that it's a regional market. So like beyond the point, there is like a limited things you can do there. So then I chose to move to Star Plus. There was opportunity in Star Plus. So I moved from Jalsha to Star Plus and I came to Mumbai, and that was the turning point. Yes. From there, now IPRS. So it's going on. Yeah, my love for media and entertainment continues, and I look forward to capture more challenging roles in future too.
I would love to know about at the era where ad blockers and ad fatigue is common, right? So how do you create an engaging advertising campaign that resonates to the audience to drive the result?
So what I tell my team and anyone I work with, my agencies and everyone, that it's very important that what your consumer wants to hear. It's not about what you like what you as a brand manager want to say.
Right.
Because it's not important what you have to say. It's important what your consumer wants to know from you, and identifying your target audience. Because like research is a very important part of any marketing campaign, because until and unless you are aware of the TG you are targeting, what are their aspirations, where is the need gap. So understanding your TG is extremely important. And so if you remember the Maruti ad, so Maruti ad, if you see, in their ads, they used to always have a thing ki mileage kitna milta hai.
Okay.
Because they had understand, like they understood the Indian consumer psyche, that whatever features and whatever you give, that is important. But end of the day, one question that will come back to you is that, like, what is the mileage of the. Yes. So if you see in their ads, and that is where Maruti has played, it is kind of very cheap spare parts and the mileage of the car is awesome. So that is what was their advertising messaging. So also if you see, I always felt very kind of amused, and I always loved this brand for its advertising, and all credit goes to the great Piyush Pandey.
Okay.
Fevicol, if you see, as a product, it is so boring. Nothing can be as boring as an adhesive. What can you do with an adhesive?
True.
But just see the campaign that they used to do around Fevicol. So it made, so even if I buy, don't buy, but I will always talk about the ad. And whenever I go to a shop to buy adhesive, Fevicol will anyways come to my mind because of the humor and the wit their ads had. So it's very important that like what you want to say and how you are saying it. And for a marketer, you need to also know that what you're trying to achieve. Because if you have not set your campaign objectives properly, your campaign will be all over the place. So understanding what you want to achieve from the campaign, who are you targeting for your campaign, and what you want to say, which your audience or your consumer is waiting to hear from you, are very important. And one more aspect is the messaging, because what you say is a very important thing, because you can say it in multiple ways, but is it being kind of understood properly by your audience or not? Because we might be knowing of jargons, we might be coming from a very urban background, but if your market is, say, Bihar, or in a kind of interior of Bihar or UP, you have to be one of them when you are crafting the message.
True.
So going into the life of your consumer and seeing how they talk, what they understand, how they comprehend the message, accordingly you have to build your message. So it's kind of very fascinating. The life of a marketer is very fascinating, because you become one of them when you are doing the campaign. And what and one very important thing is that you have to be genuine and honest. Today, buyers have access to a lot of information. So you cannot fake. You have to be very innovative and honest and genuine when you are planning your campaign. And if you are following these very basic principles when you are doing a campaign, I don't think that your ad will be blocked or people will not notice you.
Yeah, that's how, you work towards, as you said, that, at the age of ad blockers and ad fatigue, are you showing something which is meaningful to your audience?
Absolutely. Always add value to the consumer's life. If your messaging is adding value. See, gone are the days of those typical selling and advertising for advertising's sake. Today is the age of content which is adding value into your life of your consumers. If you see, a lot of brands are doing that. They are doing surrogate advertising. because people are bored of direct selling through advertising.
Yeah.
They don't care because they have to first love the brand. If
True.
they love the brand and they find that the brand is here to help me, then they will definitely come forward and associate with the brand. You cannot
Yeah.
just go and say that, hey, come and buy my product. My brand has so many features. No,
And it's a
you have,
relation.
yes, yes. Customer relationship has become one of the core elements of marketing now. Building strong like consumer relations. So like consumer relation, CSR and consumer relation has become one of the CRMs. They like now you have dedicated teams in the marketing department, which is focusing on building consumer relationship.
True.
Yes, that's
True.
very
True.
because end of the day, see, they go out and they become your brand influencers.
That's true. That's true. So, Rumpa, your journey is pretty fascinating. And, you have transitioned from a well-known brand like Star Plus to IPRS. So, what motivated you to make this decision and career move in your career? And what was the driving force behind this decision?
So when you are working for a brand like Star or Sony or these kind of international or big media brands, you work with the best in best in the industry, both in terms of the people who are within the organization, also the agency and other people that you are kind of associating with, and you have very big budgets, you have a very big market to work on, and they're the challenges of a very different level because you don't do something just run of the mill. Whenever you are doing something, it has to be big. And when I was in Star, like Mr. Uday Shankar was like the head of head of Star, and he always used to tell us that if you are doing something, do it big, do it out of the box. Don't
Okay.
repeat, do something formulaic. Because if you have done something, okay, it's done. But this time when you're doing, do something which was never done. So we used to always have that kind of a excitement that if there is a big launch, we have to come. And there was a kind of a brief from our seniors also that there has to be one big idea for every launch. We used to go out in the market. As I was telling you, research is so important. And part of our journey in Star, they used to emphasize very much on stepping into the market. Even if you are so from Urmi in a kind of a 36th floor, it was like it's not that. You have to go into a remote village in UP or a kind of a tier 2, tier 3 city in, say, like Rajasthan or Punjab or Bengal or anywhere, and understand what is going in the mind of my audience and my viewer, and then come back with those learnings to give them a story that they will resonate and relate with. So those were the kind of grilling and learning that we went through. So that built our understanding and confidence. But now if you're in a situation where you are leading and there is no one to fall back upon,
Right.
so in that situation, will you be able to deliver the similar results? That is very important. So after, say, 20 plus years of experience or 22 years of experience working in different circumstances and with different people, when IPRS, the opportunity came, that was a brand which had a legacy of 50 plus years. But the requirement was of a startup. Because when I joined IPRS, there was no marketing, communication, PR department. There was no there was a membership department, but that was a basic member enrollment department. There was no member relationship department. So I was brought in to build those departments. I joined as the only person who was building those departments, getting in agencies, getting in teams, and leading everything from the front. So it had the legacy. It was working for a very big cause because if you know, IPRS is a music copyright society in India, the only music copyright society in India who is extensively representing the author, composers, and publishers of music.
Okay.
Because music in our country is presumed to be free. Why do I pay for music?
That's
But
right.
it's not that. Someone who is creating music is creating an original content. It is it's an intellectual property.
Right.
So when you buy a house, when you kind of rent your house, you take money in return. So if somebody is using your intellectual property, that person is also entitled or should also pay money to the person who has created that intellectual property, those IPs.
Right.
But in our country, that awareness and that mindset is absent, is very limited.
Yeah. Awareness is something which needs to be spreaded across India, and the mindset is also very different. It's yeah, we know that music is free, but there is somebody who has worked behind this, and they need that recognition.
All the 90s creators, all the 90s composers and all, they were kind of like a different like level when they were in 90s.
Yeah.
But are they creating enough music now? No, they are creating not at that level. But then what they then how do they earn? But still we are playing 90s music, right? 90s we still are kind of like awestruck about.
Yeah.
So isn't it fair that they still get paid for the music which is still popular and people are listening to? And most importantly, business houses are running through like with that music.
We are still listening to those music which has been created like 10, 20, 15 years back, or maybe 30, 40 years back. But maybe those musics are not getting created right now, but the person who has created, they really need that recognition. And that's what the same thing happens when we take the copyrights and the music which are like copyrighted. And this is what loyalty is. So creating a strong brand name can be vital in the music copyright industry. So can you elaborate on your approach to branding within this sector and providing examples of your strategies in action?
So what does IPRS do? So what IPRS does is that whenever you are using music, suppose if you are a radio station or you are a broadcast channel or a television channel, or you are a digital streaming platform, or you are a social media platform, or maybe any public avenue. It can be a live event, it can be concerts, it can be pubs, restaurants, hotels, anywhere where there is a public and music is playing in public, and you are running a business which is benefiting from the music that is being played in public, you need to take a license. That is the norm across the world. Okay. When I was in Star, whenever we used to do all the events or we used to play those songs in our TV serials and promos and all, one thing which used to always come in our discussion, kya aapne IPRS se permission liya hai? Have we got the license in place? Else we might have to pay a penalty, or the promos will be kind of a strike, or we have to remove it. So like even myself, when I was initially in Star, I used to think, oh my God, this thing now, if this could be solved and sorted, who is this IPRS guy here? Why every time we have to kind of spend so much of time getting this sorted and all those things? So our legal team is to get into action and all. But then see, nobody also told us why it is important. We always saw it as a moderation. Even being in the media entertainment industry before I came to IPRS, we always saw it as a botheration. So one is that building awareness. And the second important thing was to create a positive perception about IPRS. IPRS is not here to bother you. IPRS is here to seek that support from you so that the music that you are creating, you never have any dirt of music, because you are supporting the creator community through that small license, that license amount that you're taking from, like paying IPRS. So the money that you are paying IPRS in the form of a license, which is a very small fraction of the entire cost that goes into making an event or whatever you are doing. But that is a very important role that you are playing in the industry by supporting the people behind the music and encouraging creators and creativity. Because tomorrow, if there people see that my life as a creator is very kind of, it's like full of struggle, I don't have like enough kind of a constant source of earning from the field of work that I have chosen, what will be the motivation of the youngsters to join this stream of work?
That's true.
Then now AI is also coming in. So then everything will become mechanical and everything will be AI driven. There will be no original creators coming into the field of music making if we as a nation fail to sustain a kind of like a flourishing like future for music and its creators. Hence, for me, when I came to IPRS, building this brand IPRS, one was this, like build awareness, clear the perception like around brand IPRS and the cause that we stand for. Second is that, see, even the people who are making music, they are also not aware.
Oh.
Our country has one of the best or one of the very strong copyright laws set.
Okay. Okay.
In 2012, our copyright law was amended, and it has given inalienable, like nobody can take away the royalty rights of the creator. So as a creator, even you give away your royalty rights, it is invalid. In paper also, if you write and say from tomorrow Rumpa will collect all my royalties, in the court of law it is invalid. Your royalty will only come to you as a creator. But unfortunately, a majority like a majority of creators in our country are not aware of the rights that have been entitled to them. They are not aware of how protected they are in terms of their royalties. So one of the major tasks for me was also to build that awareness and confidence in the mind of the creators also. So your idea should be innovative and strong. For example, we had done a campaign called Credit the Creator. So it was a campaign where we are saying the thing which you said, that a lot of places you will see the name of the creators are missing. So the creators are not acknowledged. On radio stations, you will see in most places, few are doing now, because we have been doing this campaign for very long. They don't mention the name of the author composer when they are playing the song. And in today's, right, they don't mention that who is the author, who is the composer. They're just playing the song. So in today's age, when there is no physical copy of a music, there is no physical copy, right? It is all on the digital platform. So if on the digital platform, the credits are missing, the names are missing, on radio, television, nowhere the names are being mentioned, how will you know who the creator is?
That's right.
And that is doing extreme injustice to them, because I am enjoying their music, but I'm not bothered who the creator is. I don't know who this person is. That person has no face. Hence, our campaign was Credit the Creator. And we kind of did an extensive digital PR and kind of on-ground campaign and for us, the benefit is that if my idea is very strong, my members become my influencers. So I have to find that switch. Because if you see, like today, Pritam, like Vishal Dadlani, Shekhar Rabjiani, like A.R. Rahman, and many more of this stature are our members. So they are brands in themselves. So now if my idea is very strong and they find the campaign meaningful, we invite them to be our ambassadors and talk about the cause. So we had a lot of these people coming and joining us for our campaigns through their social media, through PR stories and all. So at IPRS, because of limited budgets, what we took social media, digital media, PR, communication as our kind of the media vehicles to reach out and communicate what we want to. We also do a lot of on-ground tie-ups and partnerships. So we identify people who are having a strong hold in a particular market. So we go and collaborate with them. So along with them, the events that they are doing, we partner with them in those events. And because we always try to position our initiatives as a big cause, so we can negotiate the terms on which the monies at which we can do those marketing campaigns. So here is a different kind of a challenge and a different, I will say, different kind of opportunity.
How do you see the future of music copyrights evolving, and what initiative or innovations are you planning to implement at IPRS to adapt these changes?
So yes, the major task which I have at IPRS, or we as a team have at IPRS, is to change the mindset. And I'm very happy that the young generation, they are much more pro towards doing things which will benefit us as humans and as a society in the long run. So I'm very hopeful that if we can do our messaging and our initiatives correctly, the young generation will definitely understand the relevance of music copyright and they will drive the change. So the first thing that is the mindset shift that we need to do. For that, we need to continuing doing extensive communication across multiple channels, wherever my audience is, or as I said, that if I'm wanting to reach out to the mass audience. So I need to find out avenues where I can talk to the mass audience. If I have to reach out to the user, it is a business house or an event manager. So I have to find those relevant areas where I need to reach out to the music users. So for me at IPRS, the job will be doing a marketing for both B2C and B2B. But the people who are the young generation who are walking into a pub, they first ask the question that, have you taken a license? If the pub has not taken a license, I wish that they walk out of that pub.
What has been the most pivotal moment in your professional journey, and how did it shape your career?
My move to Star Plus and coming to Mumbai in 2015, I feel is one of the pivotal moments of my professional journey because see, when you're in a media entertainment industry, Bombay, like Mumbai is the place to be in. Kolkata is, yeah, I started there, I worked there. But if I have to do things which are big enough and at a grand scale, Mumbai was the place, and I kind of like shifted my base to Mumbai. Now I'm permanently settled here.
Okay.
I think that changed a lot. I worked in at Star Plus, that opened a plethora of opportunities. I got to work with the biggest in the industries, and now at IPRS. So I think the opportunities are limitless, and that is where was the turning point of my career, coming out of my comfort zone. Because when I came to Bombay, I left everything I had in Kolkata, like my family, everyone. I moved alone to Mumbai, and then established everything like again in Mumbai, and fighting it out alone here in a city. I had no one. I didn't have even a relative here. So, but I am glad that I took that kind of a step, and today I'm happy that I could do that. And yes, coming out of a comfort zone is also very important. And
very important. So now with this, we are moving towards a section called rapid fire round. And in rapid fire round, we are going to know you as a person a little more, apart from your professional life as well. And you need to answer in either one word or as minimum word as possible. Okay, so let's start this. What has been your favorite age so far?
40.
What is your favorite work memory?
See, there are many, but at IPRS, venturing into remote territories. So last year I went to Arunachal Pradesh to attend the Zero Festival.
Okay.
So that was a memory because I knew like nothing about that place. And everyone says Northeast mein ja rahe ho. I've never been to Northeast alone. And it has nothing. Just I went because I wanted to be with the artist from that region.
Okay.
And I think that memory I still treasure, that how I went, how I spent those 5 days amongst those in that valley with the artists. Yeah, that's a treasurable memory.
So if you could not work in this industry, what profession would you pursue?
Yeah, this is thing I want to get reborn just to do this thing once again. I always wanted to become a doctor from my childhood.
When are you most productive?
Yes, I am most productive when the work is challenging and it seems impossible.
What would you change about yourself if given a chance?
Learning to let go.
So what advice you would like to give to your younger self?
Don't get bogged down by criticism and don't seek validation outside. If you're confident that you are good, just go out and just kind of claim what you want to claim.
So with this, we are out of the rapid fire round. And before we wind up this conversation, I want you to talk for our aspiring marketing professionals. What is your message for aspiring marketing professionals?
So my message to everyone out there is that, see, be passionate about what you are doing. Never do anything for just the sake of doing it. Because I'm in a job, I need to do this, I am doing this. Never. Because see, if you're spending 8 to 10 hours in your office or in your work or in your job, every day you're giving 10 hours of your life for that work. Never do something which you're not passionate about. And one very important thing is that you should, whenever you're doing something, do it in a way that people take a notice. Don't do run-of-the-mill stuff. If you're doing something, do it in a way people will remember you, that yes, she had done this work or he had done this work. Nobody could have done it better than like him or her. And never stop learning, and your learning can come from anyone around you. So just keep your mind, ear, eyes open, and learn as much you can, because I think knowledge is something which always gives that confidence in you, makes your decisions more constructive and meaningful.
Thank you for being here and sharing your valuable knowledge with us and our viewers here.
And thank you, Devleena, for having me and giving me this opportunity to share about my field of work. And if you find value from it, the audience finds value from it, I'll be very happy.
Super. I'm sure many, might be thinking the same way what I'm thinking. So thank you for being here. So business folks, how was the video? I'm sure कि आपको ये वीडियो बहुत ही insightful and informative लगा होगा. Let us know in the comment section which part of the video you loved the most. Please do not forget to subscribe our YouTube channel Icons Behind Brands. That's all for today. I'm Devleena Neogi signing off until next time.